Hi guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can present your photos, your best shots for each of the camera techniques in Photoshop. I'm just going to go through how I'd like you to do it. First of all, we need to create a new document, so go File, New. We need to make sure we're doing print. We're going to go to A4, just make sure all these settings are right. Orientation is portrait, because that's the way you're going to present it when you staple it or put it in your folder. Background white, 300 pixels per an inch, and press create. So there's my canvas. Now I'm going to put one of my camera technique shots, one of my shots from one of the camera techniques on here. So I'm going to go File, and I'm going to go Place Embedded. And now I've got to find my camera techniques folder. Here it is here. Okay, I'm going to do one for fast shutter speed. So I'm going to click on this one here, and it's going to place the image there. Okay, so what these little squares around the edge are, these are anchor points. This means that the photo is in a transformation stage. So if I hold down Shift and drag, I can change the size of the photo there. Be careful not to do this kind of thing where you're stretching the photo. That will not look good, and you won't. That will affect the quality of the photo, and your mark will affect your grade. So you need to make sure that you're presenting your photos in proportion. Okay, so you can make the photos to a reasonable size, big enough so you can. So we're using up a fair bit of the page. Okay, once I'm happy with it, I press enter. Now, if I want to change it again, I can press Control T, and that puts me back into the transform mode. If I press enter, it's changed. It goes back to normal. Okay, so and Photoshop works in layers. So there's my background, and there's my layer with the image. Now, if I want to move the photo, I can move it just by dragging across like this. If I want to add some text, I can go to the type tool here and put in here fast shutter speed. So there's my camera technique. Just drag that out. Okay, just change the size here. You can actually type it in as well. So if I go to 30, go to 40. Okay, so now if I want to change the font, if you want to select your writing, just double click on the T and you'll highlight it. Do that again. And if I go here, I can change the font here. So, and if you just scroll through with your mouse button, you can actually see it changing. Okay, choose one that you like. Now I want to put a nice black background on my photo, on my image. So I've done that. Whoops, okay, I'm happy with that. I want to put a nice black background so it stands out against some black. It'd probably work better with a lighter photo, but I'm just going to show you this as an example. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, what I can do is go to Edit. Sorry, hang on, File, Edit. Fill's not coming up, got to go Background. Sorry. Edit, Fill. Press OK, I'm happy with that color, or whatever color you want, and press OK, and then I've got black background. But I've lost my text now. My text has now disappeared because it's black as well. So I'm going to click on the text again, double click, and I'm going to change that to white. Okay. And there I've got my fast shutter speed. Now, if you want, you could put a nice border around your photo. So there's a few ways you could do that. You could actually get a box, like the rectangle tool, and draw a border around that way. Or you can go to the effects button here and go to stroke. Make sure you're clicking on the right layer. And will it bring up a stroke? Now I'm going to need to make sure the colors, because it's black, it's not showing up. Go to white. Okay, and you should get a stroke around the photo. Now, if I increase the pixel size, you can see there's a stroke there. Can you see that appearing there? Okay, so I can change the size of my stroke. I can change the opacity. Okay, I can also change the position of the frame around, or the stroke around the photo. Go on the outside, but if you go on the outside, you end up with these sort of rounded borders. Center and inside. So that's one way you could put a border around your photo. Okay, and just think about what size you want your photo. Okay, I'm happy with that. So there's a stroke now. You can see down here, that's the effect. If I double click on that again, it'll take me straight back in. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to show you another way you could do it is to grab the rectangle tool here. Where's the rectangle tool? I can't find it. Shapes tool. I'm just going to bring this up. There it is. Click on this one here. I can just, once again, I'm going to change the fill to none and change my stroke to white, and I can just drag a rectangle around it like that. And it should change the pixel size, and I've got a border that way as well. I can also change the kind of border I've got, I think. Here we go. I can go for a dotted line if I wanted to, or it probably doesn't look very effective, but you've got those options there. Okay. And once you're happy with it, you've done that, make sure you save it. You may want to save it and then just place the next photo into the same frame if it's the same orientation. Okay. Say for example, I want to do another one. I'll go, first of all, I'll save it. I'll go File, Save As, give it a name, Fast Shutter Speed, and I'll save it as a PDF. Okay. Let's just fix that up. And save it to a desktop and go save. So there's my first photo. Okay, just be aware once you save it as a PDF, you can't edit it again. Okay, so it's not a Photoshop file. You might want to save it as a Photoshop file as well, so you can edit it again. But in order to get the same font and the same text again, instead of reinventing the wheel, all I need to do is go File, Place Embedded, choose another shot that fits that particular, like say for example, this one here, my leading lines. Okay. And then I could just basically turn that around, holding down Shift to get the nice 90-degree angles. Okay, and place that in there. But you can see it's a slightly different size, so I have to readjust everything. So I'll have to readjust this. Drag that across like that. Okay. It's the wrong orientation, so what I can do is hold down Shift, select both of them, turn them around. Will that work? No. Need to go to the next one, press Enter, Control T. I'm going to delete the previous image. Okay, and I'm going to go to this one here. You can see in my layers there. I'm going to change this to leading lines. Okay, I'm going to click on both of them again. So click the rectangle and the photo. Control T to transform. Make them small, always holding down Shift. Control T again. Centered there. Apply. And there's one for leading lines. And then I would go on and do the next one.